The purpose of this video is not to provide you with legal advice, so if you have any questions on what you should do or what course of action would be in your best interest, you'll want to speak to a lawyer. Welcome to the Mohave County Superior Court Clerk's Office video on filing for divorce with minor children. If you want a divorce and you or your spouse is pregnant, or you have a child together who is under the age of 18, plus you don't have a covenant marriage, you are watching the right video. The easiest way to find out if you have a covenant marriage is to check your marriage license. Contact the Mohave County Superior Court Clerk's Office by calling 928-753-0713 if you have any questions about how to figure out what kind of marriage you have. The clerk's office has put together a packet called Divorce with Minor Children, and the best way to view this video is to follow along with your own copies of the documents that are in the packet. If you don't have a packet yet, you may want to pause the video and print one out. The forms are free if you print them out using your computer. Just go to www.mohavecourts.com, click on Superior Court Forms, and choose the Divorce Legal Separation link. Now you can see many of the form categories for different types of divorce cases. Choose Divorce with Children, Forms and Instructions to show forms for each of the steps that will most likely be involved in your case. The forms for this video are under Step 1, Filing the Petition. If you don't have a computer, you can get a copy of the packet in person at any of the Superior Court Clerk's Office locations, like Havasu City, Bullhead City, and Kingman, but there will be a fee. The second page of the packet is a list of all the forms you will need to file with the court. The documents that are listed in bold, dark, slanted print will need to be filed with the court. The rest are instructions and checklists that can help guide you through the filing process. Next in the packet, you'll find a checklist that tells you what the requirements are to be able to file. We went over them earlier in the video, but as a reminder, they are 1. You want a divorce. 2. You do not have a covenant marriage. 3. You and your spouse have minor children or are expecting a child. 4. The minor child or children have lived in Arizona for at least the last 6 months. 5. You or your spouse have lived in Arizona for at least the last 90 days, or one of you is active in the military and has been stationed in Arizona for at least the last 90 days. And finally, 6. You believe that the marriage cannot be fixed. In other words, you and your spouse cannot make the marriage work. The fourth page is titled Instructions, How to File Papers with the Court. It will be very useful once you've finished filling out all the required forms. It provides the proper order that the forms you completed need to be in, how many copies of each are needed, where to file them, including the addresses for each Superior Court location, how you can pay for them, etc. These instructions are very important and will save you a lot of time and stress, so don't lose them. If you have an email address, you can fill out and submit the Pro Per Litigants electronic distribution form so that whenever court orders or notices are filed in your case, like orders from the judge or minutes from a hearing, you'll automatically receive a copy. If you are filling forms out by hand, make sure that you use blue or black ink. Also write as legibly as possible, because if it can't be read by the judge, then it may cause delay in your case. The first form is the Family Court Cover Sheet. Check to make sure your copy says, "For use with minor children" underneath the title. If not, you might be using the wrong form. The form is a cover sheet that gives the judge a really brief summary of what your case is about and who's involved. The court cover sheet asks you for an atlas number and a case number. Don't worry about those now, since they will be assigned to your case at a later point in time. You will need to provide your Social Security number with your filing, but make sure to put it on what's called a confidential sensitive data form. Don't put it on the cover sheet, the petition, or any other documents. Your Social Security number needs to remain confidential, and the court can only do that if it is put on the confidential sensitive data form, and nowhere else. The confidential sensitive data form is available online, and you can fill it out online and print it, just like any of the other forms. Only fill out one of these forms and only submit one to the court. In the middle of the family court cover sheet, you'll see spaces to provide information about the petitioner and the respondent. If you are the one filing for the divorce, you're the petitioner. In other words, you're the one submitting or filing the petition. Of course, since the other person is supposed to respond, they are called the respondent. Fill in the information sections completely and remember not to put the social security numbers on the cover sheet. Instead, put them on the confidential sensitive data form. The same goes for the information about the children section at the bottom of the form. One more thing. If any of the information you put on the cover sheet changes, like your address, telephone number, name, or anything else, it's your responsibility to let the court know. If the court can't reach you, your case could be delayed or dismissed.